Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, today it looks like I'm going to attempt. Here, I'll just say, hey, in Blender. Sweet, 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 sweet city woman. Da, 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 da. Sweet, sweet city woman. Sweet, 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 sweet city woman. Da, da, da. Okay. Sweet, sweet city woman. I don't know why I got that song stuck in my head. Sweet City Roman by, I forget who sings it. It's an old song from the 70s. Sweet, 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 sweet city woman. Okay. Whoa. Let's go all the way down. Hmm. Okay. Gotta keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Down. I can't go really that deep in my voice. Sweet, 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 sweet city woman. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sweet, 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 sweet city woman. Boom, 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 boom. So long, ma, so long, boy, so long, neighbors and friends. Okay, So way too grippies. We always treats us nice. Something's always on the ice over at Grampy's house. I guess I'm in a sing mood. I don't know why, but I am. Uh, Rev up your engine, listen to a howl and moan. Bring up the tension, bring you to touch and go. I don't know if I got that right. Highway to the danger zone. Do, do, take it right into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Right into the danger zone. Meanwhile, da 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 dum 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 boom 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 boom. Why do I have? Wait. Oh no. Why do I have both of these open? In fact, why do I have? That's weird. I wonder how come I got two of those open. Okay. Okay, let's go back to. Well, I'll go back to ChatGPT in a second. Let's open my notes here. Hallway, room floor. Okay. Hide speaks through the crack. I don't know if I even said. Um, Maybe I'll add that as an extra thing. I don't know if it'll add any too much extra pages, but let's see, hallway flow. Closet first right side, height speaks to the crack, right guard enters, sees opportunity, move to map room, in sequence, empty room options not offered here because the funnel starts the map room. Empty room first on the left. She hides, sees via mirror, guard hasn't reached hallway yet. Uh, Move to map room or closet. If she picks closet, sequence plays like closet gaze, first peek and then move. If she picks the uh yes, if she picks the map room, she immediately gets the documents to recapture branch, and then she cannot go back to the empty room, duplicate pages, handle the funneling. Uh the map room second on the left, any approach here leads to documents being found and it fix the recapture beat. Right. So the person can directly go to the. It won't be called the map room though. It'll be called. What it'll be saying is, there's a couple of there's two rooms on the left and there's a closet on the right or something like that. Because it'll look like a broom closet. It'll be a single door that's not doesn't look like the room doors. Handle tension, duplicate pages, logic assistant. Okay. As far as the count is concerned, 3 clear natural triggers all funnel to the cellar without breaking story. This like the wine goes down for better when waits for the bottle and then it goes down naturally, spills the bottle immediately, prompt to go down. It keeps timing. Okay. And that was actually just a really quick thing because there's only one real place where there's any kind of a meaningful like choice in there. So the counts action, the second part here, isn't going to take very long. Okay. And then, okay, so also the one thing, let me go back to here. The one thing here, right here, is where she explores the cellar. And so I can have a couple of pages. One is the dumbwaiter is actually, okay, so forget how I envision this. Because the dumbwaiter goes up like this, up the wall, and uh, goes to every floor. Um, I should check my notes to see where the dumbwaiter goes because I had it like kind of mapped out. You know what? Honestly, while I was having trouble kind of thinking of a way to kind of map out everything in the game, I was starting to do that thing, but I actually came up with like a whole system here for the kitchen and where it's at. There's the side doors. The side doors goes directly to the kitchen. The kitchen has a door. Uh, let's see, has a door that goes directly down to the wine cellar, down some stairs, uh, and the wine cellar is actually so the wine cellar is at the door to the wine cellar is actually at the end of the kitchen, um, and so you can go in there and then you can go up the stairs and look inside. Underneath the kitchen, there's more part of the wine cellar. So the dumbwaiter, I think, is actually in the part underneath. It almost has to be logically to be able to move up to the different floors. So I have to. Um, so anyways, to find the dumbwaiter, she has to go down towards the stairs, anyways, and so it'll be like looks looks down at the one end. The one end has the table with the some wine bottles, a cheese wheel with a knife in it, and whatever. And that's actually where that's actually how uh John and Hubert enter. They enter through that. They find a magic doorway. Uh, Hubert uses his magic, and somehow it opens. I don't know if he's trying to open the door. I can't remember what I put down there. I'll have to look at it. But basically, he casts a spell, and instead of doing what he thinks it does, it actually opens this a secret passageway. The secret passageway actually uh, goes down to another part. It goes through the wall, and basically there's a tunnel, and that leads to the actual the place where the tables are. They're the wine cases are along the wall, but there's a hole in there and a door, invisible door, um, and then they can see out of. And so that way they can sneak up on the guard from that ways instead of coming directly down through the stairs, which um, you know you could presumably get around that, but the way this works, then anyways, that's okay. So let's here. Let me do this. Dumb waiter. Dumb waiter. Okay. Okay. She tries to get free of the ropes and to find next thing screaming for help. While she got tired of screaming, she had to notice the hole in the wall opposite. Soon a couple of tiny eyes appeared in the hole. She started talking hello there. Okay, yeah, I actually read this the other day, but okay, making her way up the stairs and looking. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can get out of there. So we uh making her way up the stairs and looking out the window on the door, she notices a large kitchen, but currently only one cook working it. She tries the door while carefully keeping an eye on the cook, but the door is locked. She then goes back down the stairs and starts exploring the wine cellar. Going past the rows of wine bottles stacked on the multiple shelves, she makes her way to the back and notices a few tables, one containing a cheese wheel and part of it cut, knife sticking out. Another containing a couple of wine glasses looks like it's been recently drunk out of. Behind the tables on the wall is the dumbwaiter. Figuring there's no other way to get out, she hopes the dumbwaiter will be called up at some point and she hides inside it. Uh, okay, so I guess. Let's see something here. I actually have to design it a little bit differently because the way I'm thinking about it now is not kind of not the way I wrote it here. Let's check other uses of dumbwaiter. Okay. Side doors, side doors. She knows the count is lurking in the shadows. When the count returns to SFC, she's in the wine cellar. Some poor girl pretending to be a princess. She spends her day gossiping and drinking herself to sleep. I think the cook is sympathetic toward the princess. I must say she's quite fetching. Servants' entrance to the kitchen is also guarded. There's hardly no one in the rooms except for the fake princess, and I think they're using a couple of rooms as a base for operations. But I was focused on finding the princess. The first thing we did was get some suitable disguises for delivery drivers. Went to the door. I think I will attempt a conjuring spell with pulling out several hats, put them on. After Gillen's figures, he's being food delivered with what? When Hubert looked back, he noticed there's nothing there. John also looked and saw nothing. Where is it? He whispered. Well, I have only half the magic. Who knows how it's going to manifest? The guards looked back to them and said, Sorry, you can leave now. But when the guards looked up, towering above them is a huge wagon pulled by a dragon. Where did that come from? Said one of the guards. I don't know, but I guess it's okay. We need to eat, don't we? I guess so. After opening the door, they came to the cook. I wasn't expect the cook cut off mid sentence. Uh, as John nodded toward the wine cellar. Yes, special delivery. We know the princess likes her wine. Oh, of course, can't let the princess go dry now, can we? This way, boys. As she led them down to the wine cellar door, one of the guards commented, we can't let you go in there. It's off limits even to delivery. Uh, well, yes, I guess. I guess they can put the wine in here while you guys go back out there and guard us. That is your job, isn't it? Yes, I guess so, but you mustn't let him near the cellar. I put mustn't, I don't know. Mustn't. That's not even a real word, I don't think. All right, off with you. As they approach the cellar door, the cook mentions they locked the door and won't give me back the key. It's all right, we'll find a way then. Let's see another spell, this time to unlock the door. After putting on some different hats, he started to sparkle again and wiggle his fingers toward the door, and just then he heard a click and a whoosh as if air was being pushed out. Then he looked over to the opposite wall to see a fine layer of dust around a simple broom closet. Aha! As he went over to it, he uh, then pressed on the back. He eventually found the latch, which opened the back of the closet into a small narrow hallway running the length of the kitchen. As they followed it to the right, uh, they came to some stairs, and then went down the stairs until it dead ended. When they found another door with a slit at eye level, when they looked out, they noticed someone looked a bit similar to the princess, but a little tipsy, with a bottle in her hand. She had just popped the cork and laid the corkscrew down. She drunkenly meandered back towards the stairway. When she was gone, they opened the door into the little alcove with the tables and the cheese well and the empty wine glasses. Making their way towards the stairs, they stopped short of noticing the guard along with the princess. Let's see what kind of spell I can use for them. So far, your spells have backfired. I think we have luck, but we've had luck on our side. Better not tempt fate. Besides, I think we could come up with a simpler solution. Okay, so um, I think now, I'm not saying I'm a little mixed up, but I think this description of the way I was seeing the layout is not correct, because I was just seeing it as one long thing. One end was that little alcove with the secret door and the glasses on the table, and then there was the stairs, and I don't know if I was just thinking that it was just this long kind of hallway-ish thing. Um, but that would also mean that the stairs are kind of like in the middle. How do I say it? In the middle of the room. I mean, that's not right either. Because the way I'm thinking it now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so let's look at it this ways. Let's say the hallway is this ways, right? Is your z-axis or whatever. Um, and or the kitchen is like this, right? And so you come down this ways, and that's towards the back. So coming towards me, or if you were looking at it yourself, coming in towards yourself, or whatever. In other words, coming down, you know, the far end of the hallway. I'm actually showing it as the close end to you, uh, in here. But really, to me, it's this ways, right? So it's actually coming towards me. So let's say I am the back of the kitchen. So I'm the back of the kitchen. Kitchen stretches forward towards the camera. Okay, and so they go into the side doors. They go into which way am I going? I don't know. Anyways, they come into the side doors, and then they interact with the cook, and then they come over here, and right where my face is where the door to the wine cellar is, and it has stairs coming down, and so you go down the stairs. I imagine the little alcove with the tables and stuff would actually be to the right, so uh, it would actually okay. So it's kind of hard to explain with just this little video window and without actually. Maybe I could draw it. I don't know. I don't know if it's a great idea to do that because like I said, I have troubles actually drawing. Uh, Here, let's just see if we can. Again, I'm just gonna pull up Grease Pencil 4.4. I don't have any reason really right now to That isn't to say I don't want to get the newest version, but um, right now I'm just using this, and this is fine for this. Okay, so let's see if I can put it in a, if I can draw it in a way that kind of makes sense on here. Um, Maybe I should draw it as an overhead. Okay, so we're gonna now pardon my lines. My lines are gonna be horrible and terrible. Okay, so this is the length of the kitchen here. This is the kitchen. This is a top-down view, right? This is the kitchen. This is actually the right side of the hotel. Okay, and the side doors are right in here. This is the side door, like that. Well, I mean they'd be meet together. It wouldn't be like they wouldn't be separated like this. Here, I guess. I don't know, like that. Okay. Oh, see, that's what I said. I haven't. That's why I actually need to do some practice here. I need to I need to be able to practice doing like straight lines and shoot. This is kind of counterintuitive. I don't know if it would lead to some wrist problems or any other kind of a problem. But I have the shoebox here, and uh, here, I don't know if I can show you down here, but this is a shoebox, and I don't know if you can really tell it from the thing here, but the drawing table is angled slightly outward, slightly downward, and this is probably not a good it's probably not like a good position to be doing drawing or whatever, but I'm finding that it means my hand is up at desk level, and it seems to be a little bit better for that. Of course, my lines are still crappy. Oh, darn it. Let's do this. Let's make a new line like that. See how? Okay. You know, if you did it really fast, see, part of my problem is that it's slanted the way it's slanted. Dang it. I wish I had, I don't know, something smaller. I do have something smaller, but I can't use that. I mean, it doesn't make any like difference. I wish I had something slightly smaller than this, but a little bit bigger than this other deal over here, because I don't think this will work. In fact, it's just that doesn't really work. Not really. Well, actually, well, all right, I guess. Maybe this is a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, pardon me for the really crappy drawing, and it isn't even just because I can't draw. This is because um, I don't have a good control of the stylus here. So, pardon me for that. Uh, okay, so these are the side doors. This is the kitchen. Uh, and honestly, the side doors would actually be. Let's just sort of do a sketchy version, so that that way get a little bit more control. Okay, so really, it's a big kitchen, but for the purposes of this, okay, so these are the side doors. You're gonna have um, let's see. I did say the opposite wall. Uh, so the dumbwaiter is gonna be like in here. That's where the dumbwaiter is gonna be. Um, we have some we have a counter space here. We have some counter space. Maybe that I don't know if there's like a stove here or whatever. I mean, it's a big kitchen, so the stove and the you know, the larder or the um, you know, the ice. What do they call them? Ice box? Not it's not ice box. I guess what do they call that? What do they call the larder? Dang it! I just watched a movie where they actually had the, you know, it's the refrigerated room. It's basically this big refrigerated room, right? Anyways, and that would be like somewhere like up over here or something like that. that's not really important to our deal here. Okay, so this is the deal, and then this here is the door to the wine cellar. Now, uh, down here, if we did it like this, man. Okay, so I'm just pretending that these are stairs. I know it's really crappy looking, but it's just give you an idea. And so the idea here is we're gonna say that this is now. I didn't logically think of this. So this is the kitchen, and this might go in the dining area or something. But we're gonna assume that the wine cellar down here is like that. Okay. Uh, we have the little alcove there. That's the alcove. So, um, that being said, uh, hmm, that's another interesting thing. Uh, because this would be there'd be a door here into the rest of the hotel, right? It might even be the dining area. It might be over here somewhere. Um, so I still have a little bit of a. Let's think for a second. Because okay, so the original idea was um, that there were some stairs over here. And how do I describe it though? How do I describe it in the text? Oh, well, what happened? Okay, what the? Doggone it! Wait, where is my cursor? Where is my freaking cursor? Oh, it's not in there. All right. Uh, uh, there we go. Okay, so when he looked over the opposite wall to see a fine layer of dust around his simple broom closet. Um, I think the idea is the secret passageway is actually in the back of the closet, so you actually have to go into the closet and then find the latch. Open the back of the closet in a small, narrow hallway running the length of the kitchen. Okay. So, oh, what that? Okay. Let's say for a second that this is the closet here. Where would the dumbwaiter be? See, I don't even got my things right because this is the way I had it envisioned in my head, which means that this is not a working surface over here. This should be a wall. Well, I mean, technically speaking, you wouldn't have to go with the length of the kitchen though. That was the thing. The deal was let's see, running the length of the kitchen as he followed to the right, came some stairs. Why are they following the hallway to the right? Oh, because I was still thinking. Still thinking the correct. Uh, I was still thinking the correct orientation, which means that this can't. It's not that its cooking surface or any kind of a surface couldn't be over here. It's just the fact that it needs to be uh, non-obstructed. And yeah, I still have. Okay, so I still have an issue here. And I have it's a little weird logistics issue here because you're taking a right, you're going down the hallway, you go down some stairs, and then you're ended up in the alcove. And that's not what I was thinking at all. Mm. Hmm. The dumbwaiter is ground floor. Let me think. The dumbwaiter would almost have to correspond to the hallway. I think there's like I think I have a problem with sizes and relative areas because dumbwaiters typically little elevators that went up to every floor. In this case, if this is down at the front right corner of the hotel, even if this is a little bit further in, the dumbwaiter where it's at is it's not going to be that far. It's not going to be far enough for the actual stairs. I think. Um, you go into the lobby. You can go up the stairs. Huh. See, that's another thing I have to think of the logistics there. Well, anyways, I think I'm wasting too much time here, so I'm gonna go back and anyways, the idea was is that this is the alcove. Um, it kind of goes like this. Then it goes stair, 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 stair like that. Actually, uh, I could do something like that. Honestly, I could just do something like that. It's not the length of it, right? So here is where the actual broom closet would be, and that way. Not that I couldn't do it, like put it anywhere else that I wanted to. It's just the way I was picturing it. See, let's let's erase this. Okay, and then let's just do this. How do I get it back in the stupid camera view? Doggone it. to do? I think it's this guy. There we go. Like that. Okay, that leads to ground floor. Now, what that means is that this is the alcove. In fact, probably have like wine cases over here, that, and wine cases down here. I mean, you got them everywhere, but here is this little table right there, and some chairs like that. Okay, that's a crappy representation, but so this is locked, and they're not supposed to legally go down there anyways. And there's a guard. There's a guard right here. Standing guard. I don't know. That doesn't look like a guard, but whatever. And so he sees this thing of dust go around the deal, knowing that he just uncovered or unlocked a door. So he goes in here, he pushes on the deal, finds the latch, and it opens up a door into here. And then he goes down here, he goes down the stairs, then he goes to the alcove, then the alcove. I know this is really cramped and stuff. In fact, this table would actually probably be tiny. It wouldn't be as big as that. Why? Keep on hitting the stupid button on the pen. Got it? Quit doing that. Uh, looks like some weird tractor or truck or something, doesn't it? I have to be careful when turning this around with one hand. Okay. Let's do this correctly. And that is that this opens in. This is like a secret doorway, right? And in here are some tables like that. They're chairs. Something like that. Anyways, it doesn't really matter though. That's kind of the way that works. And then of course there's these are actually tables. Here were giant wine casks. So like this, these are actually wine barrels here. And the princess is tied up to one of them right here. That's what my princess looks like right here, like that. Okay, but she's like tied to the like tied to this, and this is actually a wine barrel from above, even though it doesn't look anything like a wine barrel. We're pretending. This is the art of pretending. This is the Enchanted pretending hour. Okay, so now this is the kitchen, but also underneath here is okay. I guess let's assume we also need a door, right? All right, let's put doors over here. Uh, Probably let's say there's a giant fireplace over here, right? Let's say there's a like an island over here, service area. Um, and these are the doors that go directly to the dining room here. That's the larder there. Uh, okay. And so this is sort of okay. We can still put the dumbwaiter over here. Um, there's a broom closet over there. In fact, it could almost be down to the end here. Okay, and then here is some more cooking area, preparation, whatever, table or something, right? And then of course we have the wine cellar. Okay, now I kind of forgot why I was doing this. Um, let's see. There's a thing. Um, you know what? Let's go ahead and save this. While save as, and we will go to first. We'll go to. Let's see. Where can I do? Where can I? System volumes. Going to here, I guess. Where's Deb? Go to the home page. Oh, it's in home page. Okay. Dev stuff. Blender projects. Reese pencil. Shadowlands. That's Castle Map there. Let's call this we'll just say GEL Brandon Chen Lannian Kitchen Blend, like that. Save as. Okay, so now at least I got this thing here already. Maybe I'll do some more of that in the future too. Okay, back to this. Um, okay, so presumably the dumbwaiter. This is the closet. Okay, we're gonna presume the dumbwaiter is back here. Okay, shoot, I might should just draw everything with the mouse, man. Look at that, like just like that. I mean, it looks crappy still, but it's way better than that. Okay, so we have the preparation thing, and so let's see something here. I'll have to figure out where the dumbwaiter should go, especially in the kitchen, because it might should have a wall of its own, basically. Maybe I could put the dumbwaiter on the other side of the doors. You know, because that means okay. So presumably this is downstairs. This is the wine cellar, but also there's a wine cellar part of it underneath the kitchen, right? So the dumbwaiter has to be on the side here, but she has to go past the stairs to get to it. And the cook needs access to it. I need to look that up, I think. Look that up. Um, dumbwaiter. I guess images. See, this is on a wall, right? It's not over a it would make sense to put it over a preparation surface, right? The countertop. It wouldn't be right to put it over the countertop. They have to be able to walk up to it and put stuff in it, right? Conceal behind a door. That's an interesting thought. Um, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So, okay, before I do anything, let's go back to this. Let's see something here. Okay, that is fine. That is right here, right? Okay, so waiter. That goes up the dining room. Dang, they almost don't have a place to because this closet. In fact, I could actually make it over here, like I said here. In fact, I could go to like this, like that, and this could actually be stairs here, like so. Uh, well, not really. Not that I couldn't do that, but what I mean is here. Let's do this. We'll make the okay. So we have this alcove here. That's the door or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Um, okay, so we're going to assume this, right? And actually, what it is we're gonna go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, and finally down here, and then there's like a little peephole-ish thing there, and then that's the wall swings open. Okay, so this is the hallway here. Okay, now dumbwaiter there, closet. In fact, the closet might be even super smaller because if I'm looking at this like big square feet, then that's actually a pretty dang big hallway, and it shouldn't be that. It should be like this little narrow passage, right? That, right? Let's just assume, let's presume for a moment that that's what that's like, right? Ding, 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 ding. That, okay. That's how tiny that is. That's actually a little bit better. Here, let's clean this up a little bit. Uh, that. Do better if I just do my wrist and I do short, sketchy strokes and whatever. I don't even know if you can see that. I can't see that on my little tiny screen, but that's also because the TV looks super bright. Um, the TV is actually dim, but the all the whites and stuff are all blown out. But on my regular one, I got like HDR and whatever on this monitor, so it's like it's pretty nice. Okay, dumbwaiter's there. Okay, so now we do have a deal there. This is a countertop. That actually makes sense. Okay, maybe we have some extra counter space there, or something, right? Uh, maybe let's see. Maybe there's some tables, like a table or something over here for, and that's got to be a huge table because that's supposed to be. That's got to be. If I want some tables here, they got to be tiny. I mean, tiny in scale in comparison, like that. Like that's a decent sized table, and we got another one over here, and those are actually just little tables, right? Okay, so this is more or less, and this is the doors that go out into the dining area, right? Now the other thing that we have here is there's going to be like a wall here. Technically, there's a wall here. This, like that, here, and then that's a wall. And Let me think for a moment. Honestly, if I did this correctly, uh, this would all be underground. Although that also means that I have to have additional stairs to go down. For instance, you open the back of the closet. Okay, let's say the back of the closet is back here. Then this goes down like that, right? And really the edge of the house kind of goes like this. Or house, it's not a house, it's a hotel. The thing about the hotel is that this. So the actual outside wall is here, right there. The alcove and everything, and the rest of the wine cellar is underground. And then this is the back of the closet with the wall, and you don't see because this is built above ground, right? And then this is door seemingly goes to nowhere, but in reality, I don't know how you would show it because it would have to be you have to have like a shed or something there outside, you know. So I'm not really sure how to show that or how to articulate that. But it's I mean it's fine I guess. That's the way that works. Whatever. Uh, okay, so this is just to give me some context about where to place things, where to put things. Okay, so now we're going back to here. So when she explores, oh yeah, okay. So the reason I actually here let's save that too. The reason I actually drew all this crap, even though if you're new here, you have no idea what I'm drawing. I'm drawing the front right corner of the Grand Enchanted Landian. This is inside. This actually is a wall that goes across here. Now this is the wine cellar, and wine cellar actually extends underneath the kitchen. So underneath the kitchen here is another part of the wine cellar. I'm just kind of showing you kind of the top level view because of where it goes. Right. This is the dumbwaiter. So basically, what the princess has to do is she has to go over here like this, behind the stairs, like that, and then as she's exploring, as she's looking around, she spots the dumbwaiter. She gets inside the dumbwaiter, right, like that. Okay, and then okay, so that's how she escapes. She escapes, and then this goes up to the upper levels, and it goes to some hallways and stuff. I still have a weird logistics of with the stairs because she's supposed to get out and immediately be able to go down a hallway. Um, okay. Ask. Huh, then later. Yeah, 1883. That's all right. So, um, so typically a dumb waiter in a hotel uh, might stop on every floor, correct? To specific service floors such as the kitchen, dining areas, laundry rooms, and storage levels. Selective improves efficiency, braces security, enhances security, and prevents. I would have thought that you might use the dumb waiter to move food trays from one floor to the next directly from the kitchen. Many hotels, dumbwaiters are used to move food trays directly from kitchen to guest floors, especially for room service. They don't typically stop at every floor. They connect key service points, like the kitchen, service corridors, and designated floors, allowing staff to quickly and discreetly deliver meals without using passenger elevators or stairs. Direct transport. So it's okay if... Okay, so in my game, let's say, for instance, a person gets in the dumbwaiter, which happens to go from the wine cellar to the kitchen to the guest rooms, and I was thinking she would jump off at a floor and go directly down the hallway where there are guest rooms. But is it more correct that maybe there's a service corridor or something, or something where let's say at the end of the but if the layout were that the stairs on one side of the building goes up to the hallways of each floor, maybe at the ends there's a door, and behind that a service corridor or something. I think that's 2 R's. 2 R's? Many hotels' guest room hallways are served by main stairwells or elevator cores, often located near the center or the ends of the building. At each floor, the stairwells open into a central corridor that leads to guest rooms on the other side. Behind the guest room walls, especially on the opposite side of the main corridor, there's often the service corridor used for housekeeping, room service, and maintenance. The service area provides discreet access to rooms via secondary doors, storage closets, and dumbwaiters. Dumbwaiter running from the wine cellar to the kitchen and guest floors could open into the service corridor. A character could exit the dumbwaiter on a guest floor, step into the service corridor, walk directly to the guest room hallway via connecting doors. The main stairs could be positioned at the ends of the building, linking both the guest and service sides across floors. This layout supports both guest privacy and operational efficiency, perfect for a stealthy or dramatic scene in your game. And maybe I should look at a couple of these images. Bed. Room, bathroom. Hotel room layout. Yeah, I don't know that any of these. Oh, wait, wait. Um. Okay. Um. Order service. Okay. This kind of makes a deal. This is the rooms, right? Oh, I see. I just wanted, dang, I just wanted kind of an idea. Anyways, I think I got it in mind. I think it's logical, and I think it would be just fine because in reality, there's no like fixed way of doing it. Mm. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. All right. Uh, okay, let's go back to my Blender drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna go out and I know this is probably not. That's interesting. I'm zooming out, like the camera's zooming out, right? Um, but what if I want to draw over this area? Is it just? I mean, what am I looking at? Am I looking at a canvas here? Is that the idea? I don't know. I have to learn more about Blender Grease Pencil. Anywho, okay, so we're going to presume that this is the dumbwaiter here. Okay, so and this is underneath. I'm kind of showing the kitchen. That's a big fireplace there. These are the double doors here that gets into from the outside. These are a couple of tables. This is a big counter area. These are the double doors to the dining area. This is maybe a countertop. This is a door that has stairs that lead down to the wine cellar. Okay, this is the broom closet here, which has a secret passage. So basically, it kind of goes down via stairs. Now the only thing is keeping it hidden here, and that's something I'd have to figure out how to work because maybe I don't know, maybe the wall goes like around here and then down here like this. So maybe this actually part sticks out to make room for the hallway. Because the idea is it's supposed to be kind of hidden. It's not really it doesn't need to be hidden. It's not like invisible, but it's supposed to kind of keep things not so cluttered. The wine cellar being, of course, in the cellar, being in the ground floor, being below ground or whatever. Um, so this is actually going to go up to a okay. So presumably, um, this area here uh, is maybe there's like a staging area here, right, or whatever. So the dumbwaiter could come out. Um, there might be there might be some double doors here on the upper floors, and and then you come out here, and then you're if I was expanding this out, your stairs and stuff will be up here, like above here, right? This is dumbwaiter. This is a staging area. It's behind some doors. In other words, there's some doors here where this fireplace is, but on the guest room levels, like that. I think that's the way it should work. Okay, let's go back to my notes. I was gonna get stuff done today, wasn't I? Great. That's great, right? Get stuff done. Okay. I'm looking at my game and streaming right now. If you want the link, just ask. Otherwise, it's fine. I am actually using the grease pencil right now to explain a kitchen wine cellar for a hotel in the game. Okay. That wasn't really to get people to click. But I was typing off an IRC and saying that I'm actually using Blender right now, believe it or not. Okay. So she's gonna have to walk a little extra way. She's gonna have to walk down to the main hallway. So she comes out of the uh, the dumbwaiter, and oh, there's some guards there, but it's a little like foyer, right? And then you go through some doors, and then it goes into a hallway that runs parallel to the east wall of the hotel, and that's where the staircases are and elevators. I don't think I'll have elevators in here. Just, I mean, I could do some sort of magic elevator system, but I don't know if I'll do that or not. So um, basically, she'll have to actually walk through there, okay? And then when she explores, she has to explore. She has to go behind the staircase. So the staircase just goes. In fact, it could be a spiral staircase that culminates in there. That could actually be a. In fact, that actually makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? Right? Oop. And so something like that. Something like that. Okay. So that's the staircase. So the spiral staircase is right here. You go up there. There is the door to the kitchen. Right. Okay. So when she finally gets free with the mice's help, right, um, from the wall over here, she gets up and she starts exploring. So she walks over there and sees the alcove and sees the wine bottles, and she doesn't really care. And then she goes over here, and finally she spots the dumbwaiter, and she says, "Okay, maybe I should ride that up," and she does. Okay, let's get back to the thing here. Okay, she managed to get free, but explores the cellar. Okay. And actually, there are three choices too. And I don't know if it's useful later. If I would like, I had the corkscrew. What was the what was the corkscrew? Hey, that's right. There was a deal here. Let me look at my notes again. Find corkscrew. Let's find corkscrew. I think you have her get out shackles. Plus, this isn't dependent on herself, so I think we're safe. A few more hats. He succeeded in opening it, while the other was still wrapped around her wrist. Realizing they would need something to pick the lock, John ran back to the alcove and grabbed the knife and the corkscrew. set about to pick the lock. With some determination, some grunting, the shackle opened and she was free. As they made their way down the secret passage and back to the kitchen, they gathered before the side door only to realize the guards were still out there. Looking at the cart illusion. They gathered before. Oh. So they go back into the kitchen and uh, realize the guards are still out there looking at the cart illusion, wondering what they were going to do to get out. Just then, out of the sky came a bat, attacking the guards. As the guards started protecting themselves, swinging their swords, everyone inside the kitchen got out, including the cook. As they took off toward the Renaissance Fair, eventually the bat followed them just before entering in the Scarborough Fried Chicken. The Count turned back to the man. Okay. Alrighty, so that's the big exciting escape. So he actually uses. So there is going to be there. I guess I have to put some description in there. Um, so like when they open the alcove, they're gonna see the table or the couple of tables with the chairs. They're gonna see the cheese wheel. They're gonna see the knife. They're gonna see the corkscrew, empty bottle maybe. Uh, Grabbed the heaviest bottle he could hold in one hand and sneaked up behind the guard. Just when he was looking away, John clocked him over the head, and he went down into a crumpled heap. The princess, recognizing Hubert and also somewhat recognizing John from the train before she blacked out, started to speak when John put his finger over his purse lift as she looked up and then quieted down. I think I can help her get out of the shackles with another spell. Plus, this is dependent on us. I think we're safe. Okay, so he only got half the shackles off, which is basically one hand. So John was able to, yeah. So it goes back to the alcove. Gets the shoot. Might have an ice pick and some ice there. If it's a wine cellar, it'd be cool. I don't know if they'd have an ice pick or not. I mean, I could put an ice pick there. I don't know. I was saying a corkscrew and a knife to cut the cheese with, and somehow they're using that. I don't know if I don't know if that would be plausible or believable that you could use a corkscrew and a knife and a cheese knife to actually pick a lock. But maybe we'll assume that the shackle is huge, or that the padlock on the shackle is huge. Or I could just not worry about it and let Hubert try the spell again. He got one off. He might be able to get the other one off. Maybe. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that anyways. Okay. So what I can do here is there's actually going to be two things here, and it means that I have two extra pages here, but so the first few lines are this first page, right? Gets free of the ropes, then she explores the cellar. Okay, and you're gonna say, um, do you want to check the stairs? Do you want to go behind the stairs? Do you want to go to the right? As far as exploring goes. And I don't know. It's gonna do a lot of extra pages. Um, Maybe the first thing that she does when she's freed, pardon me, is check the stairs, check the actual door, and then realizing it's futile, she goes back down, and then I could say, coming down the stairs, do you want to go to the left or do you want to go behind the stairs? You know, and that way I only get two of them. So if you choose the behind the stairs dealie, it goes directly to the dumbwaiter. If you try to the left, then it goes to the alcove. You see some of the alcove, and in fact, there'll be a wine case there, and that kind of slides open. So okay. So let me think for a sec. I'm trying to think of what pages I'll need and what goes to what and stuff. Exploring the cellar part. Okay. So if I do this, that, all right. So this is the first page. This is decision point to explore it, right? She goes up the stairs and then she realizes she can't do that, and then she has two ways. She eventually hits the dumbwaiter. She searches for a way out of the hotel. Um, we're gonna presume there's also doors there, so that she can kind of be behind the door, and she can peek through to the hallway that ways. That ways, there's kind of less danger, so to speak. Okay, so we're gonna say right in here, there's more decision points here. So this will be a basic small thing. Then there's this, and then uh, she's looking through the door. She starts heading towards the stairs. Well, actually, it could still be open. It doesn't need to be closed. Okay, maybe there's no doors. But she comes out into the hallway, and she looks down the hallway. There's nobody there yet. So she starts walking. She hears voices. She comes back, and now she's looking at the the first three doors near the stairs. It is recaptured, right? Okay, so this is like one, and this is like two, and this is like three, right? And then this is four. Seems a bit tipsy, talks to her friend. Okay, and we'll say in here, this is another decision point area, right? So these are going to be the pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be 6 pages. Not there's going to be more than 6 pages, but 6 pages of the main pages here. Okay. Alright. Alrighty. I think that'll work. And that's all I got for part one. I get. Oh, okay. Save room data. I get the fact that that I didn't physically get the thing down, but I mean, I had to do this logistics thing, and I had to go through and do the little sketch here to be able to determine um, B4 bigger than A3. Or oh, um, yeah. So now we got the place where we were gonna actually put some of these dealies, right? So she gets free, then she tries to run upstairs. The princess attempts to run up the uh, spiral staircase that goes back into. Uh, Princess climbs the central staircase and then looks out into the kitchen from the door. Realizing there are guards there and the door's locked, she goes back down to explore. Okay. Then we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and save it. We're going to save room data. We're going to clear that out. And I'm going to call it part 1 done today. Thank you for watching part 1 or listening to part 1 as we hone in on chapter 5. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to get chapter 5 done today. Might not be until Monday, but we'll see if I can get how much I can get done in after the break. So thank you for watching and join me again after the break.